Chapter 48. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Informal request is premonition of trouble right now. In front of me there was a woman who called herself the second princess of Mabando Kingdom. Ha! No, it can't be. Are you serious? I cast a quizzical eye towards the ring on my left hand. The woman who named herself as Namanissa noticed and changes her gentle smile to a startled expression. Then she suddenly grabs my left hand and stared intensely. What is this? What's wrong? I won't get excited just because a beautiful woman holds my hand, you know. This ring. You. How could you possess this ring? Namanissa, the ring. Yeah, of course. I knew it. There is no way a beautiful woman would suddenly hold my hand without a reason. I'm not crying. I knew that much. Sobs. This is. When we subjugated the bandits, this ring was among the treasure that the bandits had amassed. I got this as a reward. Wazoo, then, the original owner of this ring. Namanissa, probably already. Wazoo. Is that so, Nami? Since I have told you about the situation, could you let go of my hand soon? My heart is getting funny here. The ring was originally given to a person who I sent to gather some information. The other ring is here, see, Nami. Finally she released my hand. She showed me the same ring as the one I was currently wearing on my left index finger. It was dangerous. I thought my heart was going to go boom, but it was a good thing I didn't give up. Thanks to the ring I can be saved in this way. I'm really grateful to you, Nami. No, please don't mind it, Namanissa-sama, Wazoo. I don't mind if you call me Namanissa, just speak to me casually, Namanissa. Understood, Wazoo. She grabs my hand again. Stop it please. Because it feels like my heart is going to explode, I'd like you to stop it please. She immediately released my hand this time. When I started to regain my breath, Namanissa turned towards Orlando. I also gave that sword with the ring, Namanissa, is that so? Should I give it back? Orlando, no, please use as it is. Because the sword has been blessed with a spirit of the wind, if you use it, your AGL status value will rise, Namanissa. I see, so that's why my body feels lighter when I use this sword, Orlando. Good for you, Orlando. You finally understood about the sword's effects. But I just noticed something. Even though she referred to me using Anata, why did she refer to Orlando using Anata-sama? There is also a disparity here. TL note. It's a little tricky here. Anata equals you and .sama is added to refer someone with higher status or someone respected. Sorry for the late introduction, Namanissa-sama. My name is Orlando and he is Wazoo. Orlando introduced me without permission. Moreover, Namanissa muttered my name so many times. Is that difficult for her to remember my name? I going to cry. So, are you two adventurers? Namanissa, he is an adventurer but I am not. We are heading to the imperial capital because I want to become a knight. He's just accompanying me on this journey as a friend. Orlando, I see. Namanissa, somehow their talk kept advancing without me. Did you forget about me? I am unnecessary here. I stroking Meru since I have nothing to do. Namanissa turns towards me with a serious face. Then, Wazoo-sama. Though this is unofficial, but would you please accept my request? Namanissa, well. What kind of request is that? Wazoo, I have an older brother and a twin sister. I would like you to cooperate with me to help those two. I have a little favor to ask right now, Namanissa. What's exactly a favor you are talking about? Wazoo, I will tell the details if you accept this request. I'd like to take measures to prevent the involvement of an outsider as much as possible, Namanissa. Well. It smells like a dispute. What to do? It would be nice if I could solve it by force. I don't understand something political. Actually what she need right now is military power, but why is she asking an adventurer for help? But still. I took a glance at Orlando and answered Namanissa. I have a condition. Just as Orlando said earlier, he dreams of becoming a knight. Because it would be impossible for him to suddenly become a knight, could you give him a chance to act as your knight at least? Wazoo, oi, wazoo. Orlando, I don't mind. Originally I was thinking to present that kind of reward for your cooperation later, Namanissa, Namanissa.sama. Thank you very much. This unworthy Orlando shall serve you to the fullest, Orlando, thank you Orlando.sama, Namanissa, I see. There would be a reward because it was originally a request to an adventurer, and she's planning to make Orlando a knight for his cooperation. I'm glad if I can be of help for Orlando. Good, I don't have any condition in particular for myself. All right, I will accept the request, Wazoo. On my answer, Namanissa make a happy face. Well then, the reward for Orlando.sama is the chance to become a knight, and for Wazoo.sama is me, that's all, Namanissa, understood, Namanissa.sama. Orlando. Wazoo, There was something strange from her words earlier, right? No, I was sure she just said my reward is me. Huh. Is that normal? Why is Orlando say nothing? Perhaps, I heard it wrong. That's right. If you think about it normally, there is no way she would offer herself as a reward. I see, yeah of course. However, what was my reward again? Well, if Orlando can become a knight, as a friend I don't mind to help for free. Proofreader. Truffle **** if you have any suggestion or finding fault in my translation feel free to tell me. Chapter 49 You are listening at novelfull.audio. Current state of Mabando royal family. We decided to help Namanissa, but before we listen to the full story, we will move to another place. Following Namanissa's instruction, we heading towards a rocky place near the Mima village. We left the unconscious knight. Like men's group on the road just as is. On the way, I walking ahead to lead the trip. Since I feel a gaze from my back, I turn around and just found Namanissa was talking with Orlando enthusiastically, but nobody was looking at me. Ha! I continue to advance, but there I feel a gaze from my back again. Boo! I found nobody watching me even as I suddenly turn around. It was rather embarrassing because the two gave me a strange look. After that, I ignored the gaze I felt from my back and continued to advance towards the rocky place while leading the two. Is there any meaning for me to walking ahead? We arrived at the rocky place and sat down in an appropriate place respectively to hear the detailed story from Namanissa. Meru is fluttering around to chase after a small butterfly. The scene soothed my heart. Ops, I have to listen her story properly. Mabando Kingdom in ancient times was called Bondo Kingdom. There were two royal family in this country. The first person who became king was Narbando. His youngest brother, Mabando, became the next king after him. The descendant of this two royal family becomes the next king alternately. In addition, the royal family has always been supported by Duke Flabando House, who is a blood-related cousin of the first king. Through these two royal families and Duke Flabando House, this country has prospered. However, there is only one royal family left in this kingdom now. The former king, Deo Narbando, passed away because of sickness without leaving a child. The current king is Gavirio Mabando, known as a good king that is loved by his countrymen. The queen is Miralina Mabando. It said she is still hot despite of her age. How enviable. These couple have 3 children. The eldest son's name is Navirio Mabando, excellent in domestic affairs, diplomacy, strategy, etc. He's known as Genius One. He is famous because of his vast tactical knowledge. The eldest daughter names is Neralina Mabando. Because of her superior battle ability, it said she could make a rain of blood in the battlefield. She's known as Battle Princess of Blood Rain. And their second daughter, Namanissa Mabando. Not only barrier, she is excellent in all kinds of defense art. She's known as Bloodless Holy Princess. This is a part of information related to Namanissa request. However, the problem started from here. This is where she needs our help. Currently the king and the queen are sleeping because of an unknown disease. It seems there is no sign they will wake up any time soon. Then, her elder brother Navirio and her elder sister Neralina became hostile to each other without reason. Right now, it seems they are preparing for a war to kill each other. Originally their relationship was very good before. Namanissa thought there was something strange for them to suddenly hate each other, so she conducted an investigation independently with her 3 attendants and collaborator. One of her followers is the owner of this ring and this sword. While searching for that person who was suddenly lost in contact, some mysterious group attacked her 2 other attendants and they got caught. She asked her collaborator to search for whereabouts of her 2 attendants who were caught. She found out the location and challenged it by herself but lost. It seems she met us while running away from them. In other words, you want us to stop their fight and find out the cause, also get rid of it. Wazoo, yes. Namanissa told me the current situation with a bitter look. What was that again? That's right, why don't you ask for cooperation from the Flabando house? They have supported the royal family since a long time ago, right? Wazoo, certainly. Flabando house has supported royal family since a long time ago. And their family head Zizu Flabando Sama is the current prime minister. It's not like I don't trust him. Actually Zizu Sama's son, Denoga Flabando Sama is my fiancé, but somehow it smells fishy. Namanissa, oops, suddenly a fiancé come out. Then I guessed the words about herself as a reward was really my mistake. I wonder why. Somehow I feel a little disappointed to hear it. But, it's still an informal engagement. This talk was proposed and forcibly advanced by the Prime Minister halfway through. If I ask father, it could be cancelled any time. This is true, really. Rather, I don't want to marry that person. Namanissa, yes. Wazoo, Namanissa approached me with a serious expression while explaining about her engagement. Understood. I understood. It's too close. Your face is too close. My heart won't last at this rate. Honestly, I was surprised because she suddenly approached, I just about to jump out before. Then, Namanissa Sama. How should we act from here on, Orlando? Orlando still act calmly. Oi, how could you speak normally in this situation? Namanissa take a distance from me in hurry. She made a small cough with Kohan and act as if nothing happened while answering Orlando's question. First we will head to Mima village, Namanissa, are we not going to the kingdom? Wazoo, yes, in the Mima village there is a base of the group who attacked me. Because my 2 attendants are confined there, I'd like to rescue them first. But since I'm specialized in defense, my attack power is no good at all, because of that I had failed before. With the help from you 2. Namanissa, I see, surely with the 2 of us, to be precise with Wazoo is here everything will be fine, Orlando smiled at me with a smug face. Namanissa looked at me with a face full of expectation. Oh. Am I depending on? Though he is AF. Rank adventurer, but he has saved Lin Nick City many times and he is called a hero there, Orlando, TL. I changed Riniku City to Linink City from here on, it sounds better to me. I will edit the previous chapters when I feels like it, actually without modem I need to use my time and data usage economically. D, name is difficult to translate, sometimes what's written and how you read it totally different so it's translator privilege to decide, oh my, that is amazing, Namanissa, though oneself has poor ability, but I will help too. We will help your family for sure, Orlando. Thank you very much. Wazoo. Sama as well, I'm counting on you, Nami, yes. Wazoo, and then we're sneaking into Mima village in the middle of night. Proofreader. Truffle ***. Chapter 50. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Let's charging late at night, we secretly entered Mima village so we wouldn't be seen by anyone. The place that Namanissa indicated is a run-down shop located in the outskirt of village. It doesn't seem possible to approach it while hiding because the place is illuminated by moonlight and there was nothing in the surroundings. Currently, we are hiding behind the shadow of wooden house closest to the run-down shop while observing the situation. There are guards, Orlando, just as Orlando said, there is one person in front of the door of the run-down shop and two other people walking around the surrounding. Everyone were equipped with a sword and red shield respectively. Orlando, who was completely hiding in the shadow of the wooden house, asking Namanissa after he finished checking the situation. At the time Namanissa-sama went to help, how many person were there? Orlando, let's see. It seems there were 10 people, and 3 people has been defeated by Wazoo-sama, Namanissa, 7 people left. Since there are 3 people acting as guards, there are 4 people inside the building. However, there is a possibility they have received reinforcements, it would be better to think there are more people inside. Orlando, oi, why after the conversation was over, you two are looking at me? Don't give me those sparkling eyes as if expecting something from me. Okay, I understand. You want me to go, right? Sigh. I will go alone, but I don't know what will happen. Orlando, can you protect Namanissa properly? Wazoo, yeah. Sorry, I'm confident if it's a 1.1 fight, but I don't know if there are a lot opponents, so I'm afraid will be a burden to you. Orlando, don't worry, you can still become stronger, so just leave it to me now, I'm going then. Wazoo, in a small voice, Namanissa muttering, be careful. While making a gesture like praying to something. Who are you praying to? Goddess. Sama. Earth gods. Sama. Stop it please. I'm afraid they will really come out. I got out from the shadow of the house and walked slowly towards the run-down shop. Why don't you wait somewhere, Meru? When I asked, she clung to my head rather strongly. Are you worried about me? What a good girl. I'm approaching the run-down shop while stroking Meru. 3 guards stands to block me from advancing. The man who was in front of the door before, approached me while pointing his sword and talking with a strong tone. Stop. The other men also pulled out their swords. You are not allowed to approach this place. Turn around and leave at once. I ignored his warning and continued to walk as it. The man turned his swords at me without trying to conceal his murderous intent. He struck me in an instant. I gave you a warning, the sword come from overhead. Because I'm afraid it will hit Meru, I released my hand that was stroking Meru and unleashing a counter-attack. The sword shattered and the man was blown off towards the wall and then disappeared inside the building through a broken wall. I continued to walk. Instantly, I hit the 2 other men who were looking at the broken wall and send them fly together, following the man from before. I thought the first man will be lonely, so I sent them in the same direction. The door opened, 3 men different from the people from before tried to come out, but I kicked them back inside a room. I went in while watching the men flying after destroying and passing through a wall to the other side. A young woman and a young man dressed in maid and butler outfits were tied up, 2 men directed their sword at them respectively. Ops, there was an extra person. Who the hell are you? A man pressing her sword towards the maid girl while asking me that. Should I answer it? When I wondered about that, suddenly the other man collapsed. The butler guy who was supposed to be tied up, broke free and dusting off his clothes. It seems help is coming. Well, I have listened what I needed to hear. Bastard, the last guy got angry, sent a slash at the butler, but it was avoided gracefully. It was impossible to imagine the sword would reach his figure. Even the movement of his clothes while avoiding an attack looked so natural, too. When I sent an applause and muttered so, the butler bowed elegantly despite in the midst of avoiding a sword. It's really clear the difference of their ability. If he is that strong, why did he get caught? I wonder. Oh, I remember what he said earlier, I have listened what I needed to hear. In other words, he got caught on purpose to collect information. Perhaps something like that. While thinking so, the butler sent a glance at me. I wonder what he want. And then I remember about the maid girl's condition. She was trying to break free from the rope while struggling. It seems she needs some help. For the time being I approach her to undo the rope, she is an ally, right? Who might you be? I came to help. I will undo the rope. I will undo the rope right now. I will undo the rope, okay. Wazoo, it seems she doesn't believe me and stared at me suspiciously. After I took off the rope, I urge her to hide behind me. The butler nods with satisfaction. He avoided the sword with a flowing movement and struck the man's jaw to send him unconscious. The butler approached me and bowed. I appreciate your help. From your appearance, I assume you are an adventurer. I'm F.rank adventurer, Wazoo. I came here in response to a request from Namanissa. Was I needed? Wazoo, of course. It was very helpful, thank you very much. Following the butler, the maid also bowed to me. After that, using the rope from before to tie up the men. We left the run-down shop to join with Orlando and Namanissa. Namanissa left the tied-up men in the run-down shop to the village chief care until a knight from the kingdom comes. We headed to an inn in the village. Chapter 51. You are listening at novelfull.audio. A butler who can do anything and a strange maid. We have arrived at the inn, but we could only reserve 2 rooms because there were no other room left. Normally, we would distribute 1 room for men and 1 room for women. However, when deciding on a room, for some reason the butler guy proposed to put me in the same room as Namanissa. Namanissa got angry while the maid girl's face turned deep red while imagining she will sleep in the same room as Orlando. Though the butler guy was scolded, I wonder why he was smiling pleasantly. The butler guy said to me that I should act more aggressively, but I don't understand what I should be aggressive with. Now we are all gathered in a room to talk about the future. Inside a room, with Orlando beside me, we sat face-to-face with Namanissa while being separated by a table. The butler guy and maid girl are standing behind Namanissa. Meru is on her usual designated seat, my head. First of all, I'd like to introduce my 2 attendants, Namanissa, certainly. My name is Floyd, 18 years old. I'm serving as the personal butler of second Princess Namanissa. Sama. Please call me Floyd freely. Floyd, taking 1 step forward, Namanissa's butler, Floyd, bowed graciously. He was smiling, or rather he was always putting on a thin smile on his face all the time. He doesn't look like an 18 years old, with bluish black hair. He looks so perfect in butler clothes. As Namanissa's butler, his movement and behavior also looks excellent. And from the previous battle, I can tell he possessing some combat skill. Well. My name is Kumiya. I am the personal maid of Namanissa. Sama. Nice to meet Sue, Kumiya. She bit her tongue and then her face turned red. It seems she feels embarrassed. Kumiya has big eyes and a childish characteristic which roused the people's desire to protect her. Her body is small, her height may be just around my chest. Curly golden hair that looks fluffy, stretched to her back. Maid clothes with a knee-length skirt suits her so well. Her chest is. It was unbalanced enough that seems about to burst out from her clothes. I was surprised to see breasts that are bigger than Namanissa's. Did she notice my line of sigh? She turned her face down with a red face. Then, I was glared by Namanissa with a terrific pressure. Immediately, I turned my eyes to the day after tomorrow. That was scary. After that, Orlando and I introduced ourselves respectively to Floyd and Kumiya. San. We are going to discuss about what to do from here on. I wait for Floyd open the discussion. I'm sorry to interrupt the talk, but there is still one more person who hasn't introduced herself. Floyd, one more person. Wazoo, only I, Orlando, Namanissa, Floyd, Kumia.san, are inside the room. I couldn't find anyone else here. Kumia suddenly lowered her head. Not long she raised her head while scooping up her hair that got in the way. TCH, don't speak without permission. I'm sorry, but since we are going work together for a while in the future, I thought is better if they know about you early time. Floyd, yeah, I know it already. Yeah. Wazoo/Orlando, who is this person? Though it's Kumia.san who spoke, but her eyes turned vicious. Her sheepish behavior from before also changed to a dignified one. Orlando and I are at a loss for words to see Kumia.san changed so much. On the other hand, Namanissa is smiling and makes a small giggle while looking at our face. Most people will be surprised just like Wazoo.sama and Orlando.sama, Namanissa, don't got surprised for every small things. Shows your balls if you are a man. Oh. Her speech is turned vulgar. She is Kumua. It's so-called a double personality so to speak. Although her main personality is Kumia, occasionally Kumua come out like this, so please take care of her together. Also, it seems their memory is shared. Namanissa, LO, nice to meet ya, Kumua, oi, even though her master Namanissa lowered her head when she introduced her. Why is this maid only waving her hand casually? Is that fine? However, nobody cares and the talk continued as usual. Well then, about what we are going to do after this. First of all we will be going to Imperial Capital to meet my collaborator. Wazoo.sama, Orlando.sama, the three of us. Floyd and Kumua go to the castle and look for information about the current status of elder brother and elder sister. It might be too late by the time we arrive at the Imperial Capital, but I'm counting on you, Namanissa. All right, Wazoo, understood, Orlando, certainly, Floyd, K, then let's sleep. Hurry up. Kumua, scary. This maid is scary. She answered a member of the royal family with such lightly tone. Moreover she dragging Namanissa out of the room. See you again tomorrow. Good night Wazoo.sama, Orlando.sama, Namanissa. We seen off Namanissa who bowed gracefully while being dragged out of the room. Well then, shall we sleep to prepare for tomorrow's journey, Floyd? Saying that, Floyd went to sleep on the sofa inside the room. He fell asleep not long after. Orlando and I also went to bed and slept. The next day we departed early in the morning. We prepared for the journey quickly and headed to the Imperial Capital. It was Kumia when I got up, that's a relief. Nothing happened during the journey in particular. 7 days later, we arrived at the Imperial Capital safely. Chapter 52 You are listening at novelfull.audio. Let's meet the cooperator. Thanks to Namanissa we could quickly enter the Imperial Capital. Inside the city, we split into two groups just as we had decided in advance. I, Maru, Orlando, and Namanissa headed to meet her cooperator after sending off Floyd and Kumia.san who headed to the castle. On the way, I got an explanation about the Imperial Capital from Namanissa. Imperial capital of Mabando Kingdom is the most prosperous city in the eastern continent. It's a place where the royal family lives. The city is divided by 3 areas. The widest one is the peripheral area where I'm walking right now, is an area where people of commoner class live. Large shops, adventurer guild headquarters, etc. Various commercial facilities are scattered around to support the people who living in this city. Separated by the wall, inside the outer circumference section, is the noble ward. This is area for aristocrats to live as the name suggested. Likewise, there was also a wall which separated the inner area. This is an area of the imperial palace. In addition, this imperial capital is one of the bases for import and export activities that are spread through the continent. Various products are gathered and developed in this city. It seems that the imperial capital underwent a rapid development since King Givrio Mabando took the throne. That alone showed his high ability as the king. He is a wonderful person. But Namanissa, he is a wonderful king indeed. She said with a bitter smile, you won't understand unless you see him directly, but he isn't like a king that much. She added. Well, I don't think that I would have an opportunity to meet him though. It seems we have reached the place in question. The place which Namanissa addressed is the Adventurer Guild headquarters. It's 3 times bigger than the guild building in Linnick City. Oh. Come to think of it, I also have a business here. Well, let's see if there is an opportunity while I am here. We entering the guild and Namanissa headed to the receptionist right away. I was surprised to see how many people are inside. It seems it's the same everywhere. There was a bulletin board to post available requests. There was also a place where you can take a light meal and everything is larger than the one in Linnick City. Adventurers who are in this place also have various people, ranging from rookies to veterans. The number of people is countless. I'm getting nervous to see there are various people who are dreaming to become an adventurer. From an old man with a scar on his face or Wani.san with an erotic equipment. When I focused my eyes on her, suddenly my ear was pulled. Ouch. Okay, that's enough. Wazoo.sama, let's get going. Namanissa, ouch, it hurts. Namanissa, who has come back from the receptionist, pulled my ear. Why she looks so angry? Orlando. What are you looking at? Please help. I went straight to the back of the reception room while my ear being pulled. In front of my eyes, there is a name plate which indicating what this room is. There was written, Guild Master Room. Ops, is her cooperator the top person of this Adventurer Guild headquarters? I remember Reagan's words to meet his elder sister who is the guild master here. He also gave me some badge to show her. I asked Meru to take out the badge that I stored inside her space-time magic. I hold in my hand so I can show it anytime. Namanissa finally released my ear in front of the door. You deserved it. She said. What is it? That's what I want to say, but because Namanissa entered the room after knocking, Orlando and I followed suit. The guild master room has been beautifully arranged so that it looks like the finest room of a high-class inn. There was also an expensive-looking sofa and table placed. In the end of a room there was a work desk where documents were put. Over there was a woman pushing a stamp on some document. My first impression of her is, Wani.san. Long slit eyes with glasses, a small mole around her mouth increased her feminine charm, golden hair that's beautifully tied, emphasized her fine features further. It's completely different from the image of Reagan's elder sister in my mind. The woman smiled gently when she noticed Namanissa. Then, she stood up and approached Namanissa. Black leather pants and shoes with heels look good on her. I can see she has a slender body from above her clothes. She spreads her arms while approaching Namanissa, and hugs her. I'm glad you are safe. I was worried because I couldn't contact you. I'm all right as you can see, Namanissa. She hugged Namanissa while confirming her safety. Then she releases Namanissa and turns her eyes towards Orlando and I. So, who are these guys? I've never seen their face before. Are they your new attendants? No, they are new collaborators. They helped me when I was being attacked by some unidentified group, Namanissa. So they are strong regardless of their appearance, huh? If it's someone who has saved Namanissa, I have to introduce myself. I think you could understand because I was in this place. I'm the master of this guild headquarters, Lyria, she said so and reached out her hand. Orlando and I shook her hand and introducing ourselves. In the middle of that I show her my guild card and the badge from Reagan. You got the badge but still F. rank. That idiot brother, he wasn't doing his job as a guild master properly. I will punish him next time we meet. I guarantee that your guild rank will be judged properly by me later, Lyria. I appreciate it. I will not be able to get on with F. Rank forever. I want to become B. Rank at least. Is there any punishment you desired for my stupid brother? Larry, I wondering a moment about Larry. Sans question and tell her what's come to my mind. Reagan always shaved his head but didn't like it when kids from the neighborhood call him bald. So make him true bald, wazoo. Lyria. San laugh a bit to hear my answer. Oh, I like you. Okay. Leave it to me. Lyria, because she gave me a thumbs up I answered it with a thumbs up. Larry. San says, well then. While lightly hitting her hands, she turned towards Namanissa. Namanissa, I have found out the cause of your elder brother and elder sister turned hostile each other. Lyria, really? What on earth? Namanissa, con. Namanissa words got interrupted by a knocking door of this room. A woman called out from the other side of door. I was solidified to hear the contents. I'm Sarah from reception desk. Some people are seeking an audience with the guild master. It's Southern Hero and his party. What shall we do? Sarah, plus. Chapter 53. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Near miss my thought stopped the moment I heard her words from the other side of the door. Who is coming? Hero. Sama, also. His party. In other words. Don't. Tell. Me. Bariaawea. Awawawawa. Why they are here. My hands started to tremble. It can't be helped. Namanissa, I will tell you about the details later. Fine, bring them here. Lyria, understood. Sarah, following Lyria. Sans consent, I could hear the sound of Sarah. San the receptionist running in the corridor in hurry. Ha! You are going to see them. In this room. The dangerous warehouse. What should I do? How about Namanissa and companions? Should I take you to another room? It seems their business won't take a long time though, Lyria, that's it. Let's do so. No, I don't mind. It seems to be an important matter for Hero. Sama to intentionally come to see Lyria. Sama. I'd like to remains here unless I will be a bother for them. Namanissa, we will also stays as Namanissa. Sama's attendants. Orlando, all right. Well, if it doesn't seems to work I will prepare a room for you guys to wait in the meantime. Lyria, why is it? Let's move right away. This is the end. When I held my head restlessly, everyone noticed and looked at me with a strange face. It's impossible for me to calm down now. I couldn't let this to continue. Should I go to another room alone? Before I could ask Lyria. San, the sound of knocking door come at me mercilessly. It's Sarah. I brought Hero. Sama and his party. Sarah, dangerouses. I looked around the room in a hurry. I leave Meru to Namanissa and hide in the shadow of Lyria. San's work desk. Everyone looked at my sudden behavior absent-mindedly. Then Sarah. San called out again from the other side of a door. Guild Master. Sarah, sorry. You may come in. Lyria, please excuse me. Sarah, I heard the sound of a door opening. Because my body started to trembling, I hold it tightly. But still, it couldn't be stopped. I closed my eyes while hoping this will end soon. I don't want to hear anything so I covered my ears with my hands. But their conversation still reaches my ears. You have come. Well, sit down please, Lyria, excuse me. Namanissa. Sama, it has been a long time. Luther, yes, Southern Hero. Luther. Sama seems in good health. Arya. Sama too, long time no see, but you looks a little haggard. Namanissa, you can tell. Namanissa. Sama. Well, there were various things but for the time being I'm fine. Let's leave it at that for now. Arya, gulp. Of course she is here. You. That's right. So, What is the reason you came to visit me? Lyria, before that, who is he? I'd like only trustworthy people to hear this, Luther. He is Orlando. Currently he is my attendant, an apprentice knight. There is no problem, Namanissa, understood. Sorry to doubted you, Luther. No, it's only natural because it's the first time we meet. Don't mind it and please raise your head, Orlando, thank you. Then let's talk about the main issue. Actually, there is a person I want the guild to investigate it confidentially, Luther. Ho. Is this person really dangerous enough to make you ask me personally? Lyria. It may be so, depending on a situation, Luther. What an ambiguous answer, Lyria. After our victory celebration for the defeat of Demon King, we traveling around the world because there were a lot of dangerous curse tools and large-scale occurrence of monsters in many places. However, there is always a story of citing a certain person in the place such a thing happened, Luther. Ho, Lyria, I don't know its face because of the hood. But it said a merchant who wore all black clothes, that's all we knows, Luther, I see. In other words, you want the guild's cooperation to find this merchant in question. Lyria, yeah, could you help? Luther, no problem. I can't let a person who might be dangerous running free. The guild will look for that merchant, Lyria, thank you very much, Luther, where I can send the results of the investigation. Lyria, we will be heading to the south and take a break, to be precise to Aria hometown in the imperial capital of Isuka Kingdom. You can send the reports to the guild over there, Luther, understood. Well, do expect good news from me, Lyria, that's fine. We still couldn't decided whether the merchant is really dangerous. Well then, it's about time we take our leave, Luther. Great, please leave at once. My body is getting strange and kept trembling. My limbs already lost all its power. I hope we can see each other again in a good health, Namanissa. Yes, please take care of yourself, Luther. See you again, Aria. I hope we could talk leisurely next time, Namanissa. Yeah, that's right. I'm Lyria.san. Aria, what's wrong, Aria? Lyria, actually. No, it's nothing. Thinking about it carefully, it would be impossible for him to become an adventurer. See you again, Namanissa. We will talk leisurely next time, it's a promise, okay? Aria, TL. He is inside this room though. Yes, I'm looking forward to it, Namanissa, Baden TL. Door closed SFX, they already went out, Lyria, on Lyria.san's voice, I take a big deep breath. I just realized I had forgotten to breath until a little while ago. I collapses on the spot and my consciousness slowly left me. Chapter 54. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Namanissa's smile. The worst scene in my life is spreading in front of my eyes. The harem party members which travel together with Hiro.sama. They are Aria, Sarona.san, Tada.san, even Namanissa is present. They are having fun chatting together while sometimes exchange a kiss with Hiro.sama. I'm watching while crying to see everyone has a happy faces. I regained my consciousness and slowly opened my eyes. I confirm my situation, apparently they have been laid me down on the sofa. I look around the surrounding while still in a sleeping position. Since furniture and everything looked the same as before, I could guess that I was still inside the guild master's room. I slowly change my body to a sit position. It seems my strength has returned to my body and I wasn't trembling anymore. I just noticed that Orlando was sitting on the other side of sofa. He talked to me while smiling a little. You looks fine. That's good, Orlando, sorry. How long I have been unconscious? Wazoo, let's see. Around 3 hours, I guess, Orlando, I see. Ha. Wazoo, I look around the room but there was only Orlando here. Where is Namanissa and Lyria.san? Meru was also not here, Wazoo, they are taking a bath. Lyria.sama dragged Namanissa.sama because she insisted to stay here because worried about you. Since she just came back after a long journey, so as expected she needs one. Meru just got taken as well, Orlando. I see, Wazoo, Lyria.san is amazing, she could take Meru from me. The door opens as Namanissa came in. I waved my hand to express that my condition was fine. I caught Namanissa who suddenly come plunging to me, wait. You're finally awake. What happened? I was really worried about you. Namanissa, sorry. It seems I have caused trouble, Wazoo, she embraced me. Stop it. Please release me. My heart couldn't stand it. Somehow she smells so good. There is peculiar smell of someone after taking a bath. Especially her hair smells really nice. When I look at her hair carefully, it was glossy and beautiful red hair. Her little wet hair increased its shines. The fragrance from her soft body and her glossy hair deprived my consciousness to embrace her. Then Meru appeared from the door and jumped to my face. Kui. Meru, Wazoo, I couldn't speak well because Meru was clung to my face tightly. I was also unable to move my body because of Namanissa embraced me. I just remained as is for a while until they calmed down. Meru was also smells good. I hear Lyria.san's voice but couldn't see her because Meru blocked my face. Oh dear, it seems nothing was serious since you have finally got up. Just accept their concern for now because you made them worried, Lyria, I am accepting it. However, I'm at loss here. I need help by all means. Look, it's about time you let him go. We can't continue our talk this way, Lyria. Meru moves over to my head and Lyria.san pulls Namanissa who still clung to me. For a moment I thought that Namanissa showed a reluctant face, it's just my imagination I guess. Namanissa sat next to me while Orlando and Lyria.san sit in the other side of table. Lyria.san's hair also looks shiner than before. Phoo. So, what was that all about? Did something happen between you and Hiro? Lyria, badump, no well. That's. Wazoo, I stopped and closed my eyes, I slowly tightened my hands and kept silent. The past memories come to me and make my chest hurt just like being stabbed continuously. I couldn't shake it off from my mind no matter how hard I tried. Yeah, I never getting over that thing. There was a feeling that something touched my hand. When I opened my eyes to make sure of it, Namannissa's hands were put above my clenched hands. I slowly raised my head and saw Namanissa had a gently smile which wrapped the world. You don't have to push yourself. There are things that people couldn't say. I'd be happy if someday you can share me your story though, so I won't force you to tell me now. So please stop putting a face which seems to break into tears at any moment, okay? Namanissa, I see. I'm making such a face right now. Namanissa's words is soothing my heart. I feel better to the extent able to make a faint smile. Thanks. Wazoo, I sent her words of gratitude. It was my bad. I didn't think that it's such a delicate topic, Lyria, this is the first time I saw Wazoo make such a face, Orlando, shut up. Wazoo, these two said it with a light tone. That's why I swearing the two of them. Even so, I say my thanks to them for their kindness deep inside my heart. By the way Wazoo.sama, don't you think our hairs got more beautiful? Namanissa, that's right, Wazoo, actually, this is because some imported items from a certain popular shop which opened at the imperial capital of Isuka Kingdom in the south 2 years ago, it seems to be called shampoo and conditioner. It used when washing the hair. It's amazing, right? It makes our hair to be so beautiful like this, Namanissa, TL. Transported person. Reincarnated person. Don't tell me it's Ekigoya firm.d, I never heard such a store when I was living there. Moreover, the shop is sending many other amazing products one after another. The first thing surprised me was a seasoning called mayonnaise. Namanissa, cough, Namanissa, I understand you want to cheer up the mood, but is this fine for me to get into the main topic soon? Lyria. San stopped Namanissa, who kept looming over me. Because my heart was beating in an alarming rate when Namanissa was near me, that's a relief. That's right. Was fine already, so let's listen to Lyria. San's story. Wazoo, I see, please forgive me, Namanissa. Namanissa bowed to Lyria. San, after lifting her head, she has already put a serious face. While looking at such a profile of Namanissa, I thought. She did it just for me, thank you so much. Proofreader. Truffle ****. If you have any suggestion or finding fault in my translation, feel free to tell me. Chapter 55. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Cursed tool. After coughing once, Lyria. San continued the talk while looking at us with a serious expression. The main cause of Namanissa's elder brother and elder sister turned strange is a cursed tool. Lyria, cursed tool. Namanissa, yes, your brother's cursed tool is called immature puppet, and your sister's cursed tool is called banquets of berserker. Larai, what kinds of cursed tools is that? Namanissa, according to Lyria. San's explanation, immature puppet is a dangerous cursed tool that designated for destruction in the form of a bracelet. First of all, the bracelet will absorb your magical power. It's possible to manipulate the person since the beginning, but the effects is instantaneous, just as the name suggested. It's immature. That's an explanatory statement that has been circulating around the world. In fact, there was further effect of this cursed tool. If someone use it for a long time, the manipulation effect will also becomes longer and stronger. It seems Namanissa's older brother has been wearing the bracelet for quite a while. Banquets of Berserker is also a cursed tool that designated for destruction in the form of a necklace. The effect is to eliminate a reason of the wearer, as the name implies it make a people berserk-ized. One more reason why it's said to be designated for destruction, it seems this tool can be triggered any time with the magical power of the registrant. It is up to the registrant to decide how far the reason will be lost. Probably the cursed tools is used to manipulate Navirio. Sama to fight with her sister Neralina. Sama, who lost her reasoning. It seems with a little bit of luck, the mastermind is aiming for the two of them to fall together. I thought so too. Namanissa seems to have accepted this fact with a sad face. It's certainly a dangerous curse, but it was also easy to repel. If you remove the cursed tools from them, its curse will also disappear. Lyria, in other words, we just need to approach my older brother and sister to take off the cursed tools. Namanissa, yeah, they will return to normal. Lyria, I see. Namanissa, I saw a powerful light of hope return to Namanissa's eyes. Either destroying or removing. It's job for me to settle it with a brute force. I sincerely want to become Namanissa's power at time like this. By the way, the source of the information about that curse. Actually, I have called him. I wonder if he has arrived. When we have a puzzled looks, a knock sound was heard from the door. It seems he has arrived, you may enter. Lyria, excuse me, the door opened after a humble voice is heard. Appeared from there is a man with a timid look and red hair who looks nervous. However, I can tell he is an aristocrat from his good looking outfit. Denoga. Sama, Namanissa, hello Namanissa. Sama, Denoga, oh. Is he Namanissa's acquaintance? I mean, I think I have heard the Denoga name before. That's right, fiancé. Denoga is the name of Namanissa's fiancé. That's right, Namanissa has a fiancé. She is from the royal family. The love with status difference is just a dream within a dream. I never thought the information would come from Denoga. Sama, Namanissa, it was just a coincidence. Fr from father. He gave me a book about cu cursed tools before. Then I saw Navirio. Sama and Neralina. Sama. We wearing a cursed tool. As your fiancé. I want to help you. Denoga, I see. Thanks for your cooperation, Namanissa, love. That. No, no, no. Eh. Iya. It can't be. It must be a lie. I covering my field of vision with my hands in hurry. I can see a floating smile of Namanissa just like from before in the back of my mind. I also can see her face is blushing for a moment. I'm glad I didn't see it directly with my own eyes. TL. There he go again with his delusion. However, it may become a little rough after this. Denoga, but Namanissa has a fiancé. My love was already over, huh? It's finished. It didn't even have a chance to start. But I will keep this feeling in the back my heart. I still have to give my best to help her brother and sister. Because Donioga.sama doesn't possess an ability to fight, please leave to rest to us. I really appreciated the information, Namanissa. Yeah, I glad could be helped, Denoga. I removed my hands from my face. Ha! Since when the talk is finished? That reminds me, this man is Namanissa's fiancé. But I wonder why. From my point of view, Namanissa looks like wearing a mask on her face when she talk with him. On the second thought, I couldn't accept it. I hate him. I don't think I could get along with him. Let me be honest. I'm so envious of Namanissa's fiancé. Do-ta-da-da-da-ta-da, I hear a sound of someone running in a hurry from outside the room. After that sound stopped in front of this room, the door opens with a loud knocking sound. Please excuse me, Floyd, Fuhi PL please excuse me, Kumiya. It was Floyd and Kumiya who came in. Floyd's condition is just as usual but Kumiya is all sweaty. Hugh. Floyd.san, after running with that speed. Why there is not even a single sweat on you. Hugh. Kumiya, because I am a butler, Floyd, please don't always use that words as an excuse. Kumiya, I wonder why. I knew that these two people would always behave like this for some reason. You two, what happened? Namanissa asked these two. Namanissa.sama, it seems that we are a bit late. The two sides are leading 1,000 knights to the Bondo Plains right now. Probably, that place would be a battlefield, Floyd understood. We are heading there right now, Namanissa. We started to move in a hurry on those words. Larai.san asked guild staffs to prepare horses. I with Meru on the top of my head, Orlando, Namanissa, Floyd, Kumiya. San, we're going to the Bondo Plains ahead. Bondo Plains is half a day distance on foot, it should be in time if we hurry. We parted with Namanissa's fiancé, Denoga at the guild. Lyria.san is going to announce an urgent request for adventurers inside the guild as a reinforcement. She told us we'll catch up later. Then we arrived at the Bondo Plains. The knights who had formed a formation were glaring at each other. Plus. Chapter 56 You are listening at novelfull.audio. For the smiling face of my sweetheart we are observing how the situation is going to turn out at a slightly elevated hilltop where we can get a bird's-eye view of the Bondo Plains. Horses with their rider were lined up in a columns conspicuously with the forest is just behind their back. I move my eyes through their formation on the Bondo Plains, it's a situation where the war can begin at any moment. At the back of each formation there was male and female who are able to be seen even from a distance because of their red hair. Probably, they are Namanissa's older brother and older sister. Currently each one seems to be giving a war speech to their soldier, though I couldn't hear it. But it's likely the war will begin once they finish their speech respectively. I look at Namanissa next to me. She was watching the scene with a sad face. I don't want to see her with such a face. What shall we do? Namanissa.sama, it seems impossible to approach the two of them inside this crowd of army, Orlando also floated a severe expression. Not only him, both Floyd and Kumiya.san have the same faces. Let's see. First, there should be around 100 holy knights under the command of my older brother and my older sister respectively, Namanissa. Persuading the knight would be difficult. They have pledged their allegiance to my older brother and older sister directly. It would be a different story if we talk in the peace time, but when it comes to a battlefield. To be honest, I couldn't think any measure right now. While being called the bloodless holy princess, I'm powerless when it comes to a fight. At this rate, not only my older brother and older sister. It will also bring harm to the knights. Namanissa. Namanissa covered her face that is about to cry. I look at her condition and made up my mind. I gently take her hands from her face and look at her with a serious expression. Wazoo. Sama, Namanissa, I would like to see her gentle smile that soothed people's heart. What should I do? Namanissa, so I decided it. Even if I couldn't be together with Namanissa. Orlando, I am going. Perhaps, that group will come to attack again and I don't know whether I could get back here at that time, so I leave this place to you, Wazoo, please. And be careful, Namanissa, who are you talking to? Floyd or Cumia. San. I will protect Namanissa. Sama without need to ask, Orlando, it's natural thing to do, Floyd, Jes, Cumia, I strokes Meru and leave her with Namanissa, Cui. She said. Oh, did you say good luck? I remove my hand which stroking Meru towards Namanissa's head and patting it lightly with pawn. Leave the rest to me. I'm going. Wazoo, I said so and jumped from the hilltop. I heard Namanissa called out from behind but I continued to advance without looking back. I descended to the plains and slowly walked to the center of the knights which are divided in two camps. When they noticed me, the knights who are in the front of formation started to make noise. Everyone asked, "Who are you?" But I kept silent and continued to walk. In the center position between the two camps, I stopped my feet. I am in the situation where I being glared by two sides. Navirio and Neriala finally noticed my presence at this time. Their speech stopped and the surrounding became quiet. And then, everyone. The height of each loyalty is sure wonderful, but does this fight have any meaning? Shouldn't all of you have noticed already there is something unusual with your own lords respectively? I can get rid of the cause of this matter. Please put down your swords and open the path for me. Wazoo, I make an appeal in a loud voice, but it seems there is no one who put down their sword. Well, I have expected this situation because I'm just looking like some suspicious person right now. Even this unknown person said the right things, nobody will just believe and follow it. Perhaps, they already knew it isn't right but still have no choice so they have come this far. So at the end, the both sides decide to follow suit while protecting their lord in the process. That's why they are participating in this war. Navirio. Sama and Neralina. Sam still didn't take any action towards me. Perhaps the one who manipulating them didn't take me into account. If Namanissa in my position, perhaps the two will command the knights to kill her. I absolutely won't allow it though. The knights just paying attention to me, but that's good enough for now. I won't let the fight between the knights occurs, I just need bring down the two before that happen. It seems the both sides doesn't feels like opening me away. Wazoo, the knights pulled their swords and even took a stance. They seems to start getting angry with my one-sided protest, Foo. Then, there is no helping it, Wazoo, I slowly concentrating on my power. Don't let anyone die. Because Namanissa will be sad. I have to hold back my power carefully but also have to be a little serious. I take a deep breath and declare it loudly so everyone at this place could hear. I will push through by force, you. Wazoo, I bolted instantly with the declaration. Chapter 57. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The target is Cursed Tools. I was successful in drawing their attention to myself. There is a simple reason for all of this, it's to prevent the knights of both sides from fight each other. Namanissa will be hurt to see that happen. I want to make this battle become me versus knights from both sides. Because of that, I choose to become their common enemy and let their hostility be directed towards me. I won't kill the knights after all, I will just neutralize minimum numbers of people until I reach both Navirio.sama and Neralina.sama. Another reason is because there are people watching this war. I noticed it when I stood at the center of the two knights' camps. I felt some malicious gazes. It's not the knights, not Navirio.sama or Neralina.sama either, of course it's not from Namanissa's group. It came from the forest and directed towards a hill in the opposite direction of the Bondo Plains where Namanissa waited. I wonder if they are here, those who handed the cursed tools to Navirio.sama and Nariella.sama. Also those group with red shield as trademark. Perhaps it's some kind of scenario when they plan to crush both camps who exhausted after the battle ends later. Therefore I want to end this war while leaving the battle potential as much as possible. I run towards Navirio.sama's camp first. Nariella.sama is merely losing her reason whereas Navirio.sama is being manipulated. I thought it's better to release him first so everything won't get out of hand later. I grabbed two nearest knights by the hand respectively before advancing. The other knights preparing themselves in shield formation at once. I will just push forward and leave this job to my STR status. Uoo, Wazoo, Dom Navirio.sama is in the center of formation and I has advanced about 1/3 to the center. I threw the two knights I had grabbed before into the air at different distances. Utilize the running momentum, I jumped forward while using a knight's shield in front of me as a foothold. I headed towards the knight which I threw a while ago who is closer and jumped again using his back as a foothold this time. I landed on the abdomen of the second knight which I threw before and did another jump. I flew down near the center of the formation. Looking at the front, there was a group of knights which is clearly different from the knight until now. The difference is their appearance, they use a different armor, sword, and shield. There is also a cloak with some decoration on their back. But not just their appearance, they are a totally different existence in a sense. I can feel they are veterans because in front of me are the Holy Knights group. While I flew down, the Holy Knight on the ground aimed their sword simultaneously at me. Sorry but. I apologized in my mind. I dashed forward at the speed which even the Holy Knights couldn't react. Doom, I push all the Holy Knight in front of me at once with a kick that won't kill them. Their formation collapsed and a red long-haired person came into my view. I assume he is Navirio.sama. Navirio.sama pulled his sword and tried to stab himself. The Holy Knights around tried to stop him but seemed won't make it in time. I put all my strength in my feet and ran forward. Make it please see. The moment I ran at top speed for the first time, the world seemed to stop. No, it's different. I just couldn't move my body as usual but still could walk normally. It turned out that everyone else also were moving a little bit. I dived my palm between a sword's tip and Navirio.sama's body, the moment it got in contact with my hand. Bakian, the swords fell apart. As expected of my VIT status, there was even no scratch on my palm. I took Navirio.sama hand. I removed and crushed the bracelet he worn with my hand. I supported Navirio.sama who lost all his power and was about to collapse from behind. The Holy Knights turned their swords to me. I remained on the spot to see the situation. In just a few seconds Navirio.sama regained his consciousness and commanded the knights around to lower their weapons. I can see the power return to his body so I separated my hands. Navirio.sama slowly stood on his own feet and turned around to approach me. Looking again, Navirio.sama has very beautiful features. The red long hair which is beautifully divided in the middle extended to his shoulder, it has a clear shiny gloss. The same red eyes as Namanissa's but its corner is a little dropped while giving a gentle expression to people who look. After Navirio.sama confirmed my presence, he got in a 1-knee position while lowered his head. What? Why? Thank you. While being manipulated, there was slight consciousness remaining, though my body didn't listen to what I said. However, thanks to you I could be freed from the curse. Once again, thank you very much, Navirio. No, wait. Please raise your head. The royal family should not be lowering their head, it's uncomfortable for me. Wazoo, that's not true. Even if it's the royal family, it's a shame for a person to lack gratitude towards his savior, Navorio. This time all knights and holy knights put their swords and get on their knees simultaneously. Weigh it. Ununderstood because I have understood, please raise your head. The battle is not over yet, Wazoo, that's right. However, let me say this once again, I'm really grateful for your help, Navirio. By saying so, Navirio.sama stood up and directed a gentle smile at me. For now, I look at Navirio.sama with a serious face. Did he know what I wanted to say? Navirio.sama also nods with a serious expression. Next is Wazoo, Naralina Ha. Navirio, ++++++ Truffle ****. If you have any suggestion or finding fault in my translation, feel free to tell me.